Hi everyone, happy Friday. Here, let me pull you guys up. Happy Friday, everybody. Aren't these pretty? Oh, guys, you're going to love these. Hello. And if you've noticed in their swatches, some are a little bit different. Hi. Let me see if I can get you up on my other phone. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. Hi, guys. I'm Lauren. I'm Inspo by Nails. We're going to play around with the new VALLA Holoshell. We're going to play around with these today. They are so pretty and really versatile, you guys. Really versatile. Oh, I feel like I dipped that one in some type of gel or something. Sorry. Let me put you up on my other phone. And here, I'll pin myself. That way, if you guys have questions, always feel free to go ahead and DM me on my account. And that way, I won't forget things and can answer you later. Hi. I hope everyone has fun weekend plans coming up. I'm sorry we were supposed to be live yesterday. I live in Florida, by the way, you guys. Very volatile here in the summer. But it wasn't that. But I woke up to no power and I thought, oh my gosh, I need lights. I need internet. So we rescheduled for today. Thanks for joining us. All right, so this is the latest from VALLA. We all love VALLA, and we're going to play with a couple things today, but I want to show these to you. There's 7 in the collection, and they do all have that aurora hollow like type shift, you know, like an aurora shift to them. So there's basically three different types of gels in here. So the first one is going to be a universal glitter that you can use like with anything. Okay, so it's going to give you that green, blue, glittery, hollow, like, well, not hollow. I don't want to say hollow. I want to say aurora shift. You see it in the bottle? So it's going to give you that aurora shift. And then 3 that are like super pearly shell. I'll show you. We're going to show you exactly how to use them. Do you see this? Okay, so you have a purple. You have a pink. It's not ink, so I can leave the tops loose. Okay, look at that. No, they are really, I feel like they self-level really beautifully. You'll see. We're going to play with designs. You know us. We're not going to just swatch and roll. We're going to do some designs. So here's the green. Green, yellow. You see that? I feel like this little bit of a darker background. I'll show these up a little bit for you instead of white. But you know, these types of aurora shifts, they're hard to photograph, to be honest with you. They're much more beautiful in person. And then the last 3 do like that little bumpy spread. You can kind of tell by looking at the brush there. So it's not as bumpy as the Nail Bayo ones. But I'm going to show it to you, and we're going to use it in some designs. So you get an orange, right? So summertime orange, and you get that yellow, yellow blue. But you see what it's doing on the brush there? It does that on the nail. And they're no wipe. These 3 are no wipe. So you can do something really cool with them. Here's the green, blue. All right, so that's what we're working with this collection. They are beautiful for summer. Seashell nails, that kind of. All right, so you can get really easy effects, but they're so simple. See, that's it on its own there, and then I did something different at the bottom. So I'll show you how they lay on the nail. But you see what I mean? They chrome. And then I want to also let you know about another collection from VALLA that they pair so beautifully. I had to grab them, and I did check to make sure that they were in stock before grabbing them. But see what I mean? One streak. You can put gold chrome on it. You can put blue-green chrome on it. So they're really versatile. I think they're going to lend themselves to whatever you guys love to do. So let's get started. All right. So let me take my little swatch card. I'm going to put it back here. You guys know I run out of room all the time. So I'm going to take as much out of the picture as possible so we can focus on the nail. So just to give you an idea, let me take that lumpy bumpy one. And it's not lumpy, but you know what I'm saying. It has an effect. Although I think for this first one, I used just green and yellow. I'm going to show you a pearly one. So just so you can see, let's see if this pink one will work. You can leave these as is. Do you see how nice and even that is? All right. See, they self-level beautifully. They don't look streaky. But you can swirl these pearly ones if you want to. If you want to take a dotting tool and make it like a design, go ahead and do that. Here, we'll do that. So the 3 pearly ones are going to go on like this. You could use them solid, or you can even swirl them around, and we'll do that real quick. I'm not sure I did any straight nails. You know, like me, I've got to go in and do all kinds of crazy things to them. Right? But yes, you can swirl around if you want. Grab your dotting tool and make it funky if you want to. Let me see if you guys can see that. You see it? Right? You know that these all look so much more beautiful in natural light. Anything Aurora looks prettier in person. So they're really stunning. You see all that? Now it has like some type of pattern in it. That's just by using a dotting tool. Okay. Let me wipe this off real quick. I want to show you something else. The coolest thing I found about these is using them kind of all together. So I think you're going to get some really creative designs if you do that. And here's the difference between the straight pearl and then the ones that do their thing, okay? I'm just putting some of this yellow on. You're going to start to see it's flat, but you see the dimpling effect? That's what I would call it, a dimple. Right? They're still going to self-level really nicely. But I'm just tapping this onto the nail, kind of blending the two together just to have a couple colors on there. All right, so it is still going to be nice and even, but there's little tiny dimpling in these last 3 gels. I'm quite sure, because this is a brand new collection, I don't know, actually, I should have gone and checked. You might even be able to get these individually. I'm not sure. Let me just make sure everything's even on the sides before I cure it. And then I just want to go in and show you how easy it is to chrome these last 3. Okay. And you can layer stuff on top. Again, we can highlight it again. So it's really cool. I think that's what I did here. We're going to take some glitter on there. But yeah, they're very, very, very versatile. Great additions to your syrups. Okay. Very, very easy to do. How is everyone doing? I hope you had a good week. They are really, really pretty. They are up on the website right now. There's all kinds of newness. You have to check Sweetie Nail Supply's like new releases almost every day, I think. I do. Let's see what else we got going on here. All right. So all of them you would cure for 60 seconds. This is even fine to cure for 60 seconds. To add a touch of chrome, I'm going to use this one, which is Nail Bios. You see what I mean? You can add some chrome to it, just in spots. Oh, we could also use this one. This is Bonnie B's. This is green blue. I don't even have to open it. I have it on my little. You see? Let's add some glitter. Okay, so the glitter one, and I'm going to show, it looks like it would be really, really obvious by looking at the gel, but it's quite subtle. I'll show you. We don't need a ton. Let's just add this to a few areas. Tap, tap, tap. You see how clear that is? Just gives a little shimmer. And if you wanted to add something else, you can. You can add a pearl. Let's add a pearl. So yes, they could be really pretty on their own, but they can also be really pretty just mixing them together, guys. So we've got quite a lot going on here. Definitely a summer nail. All right, let's cure it. And I think for this one, I just put a little gold band. And for that, I used the Amena 3D clay in the little shimmery gold. You guys know how to do that. But let's put a top coat on and do it anyway. And feel free to ask any questions and about any Sweetie Nail Supply products while we're on here. I'll try and answer for you. Absolutely. So I think have fun with these. Just add them to whatever you're currently using. It'll add a beautiful effect to whatever you're doing. I think that's the point of these. And yesterday I did this one. And that's with Surfer. This is with Surfer. This is with Surfer. So is that. So when I say Surfer, Surfer are some syrups. It was a collection. It was called the Surfer Collection. And they are really beautiful, like summer syrups in turquoise, blues, etc. So if you want the hollow effect or the shell, the aurora effect to show up more, you're going to do it over a syrup. Right? So if you do those light aurora colors, just like chrome, over top a darker color, like this blue from Surfer, it's going to pop even more. So it depends on what you want, whether you want a pastel shell or you want one that's going to pop out even more. And Surfer does come with this beachy syrup that has little tiny flecks. There, you can see them right there. Little tiny brown flecks. So we'll use that too. Okay, so let's top coat this one. You see there is stuff going on all over the place, but in a very easy way. So what I love about gels like this is it makes it look like you got real complicated, but all you did was dab a few of these gels on there. That is time saving to me, and I feel like bonus, right? Like it really does save us time to make it look complicated, even though it's not. I mean, you can use these with your inks. You can use these with so many different things because they're that beautiful Aurora gel. But that there's all kinds of textures going on here makes this nail look a lot more complicated than it is. And that's thanks to the different formulas of these gels. Right? All right, so we're going to cure that. let's go in with the next one. So let's go in with the pink this time, and we'll actually cure it solid. I mean, they're so pretty. I know it's kind of transferring for you guys, but you'll just have to trust me, they're even prettier in person. All right, so they are not streaky, okay? It doesn't look pearly streaky, okay? That is one coat of the pink. All right, these pearly ones are not no wipe, all right? We're gonna cure that. This feels good. For the amena, all you need is a little bit, and you make your little rope, or whatever you call it, like a little worm. They have some really beautiful 3D gels. I think they're in stock. All right, lots of really pretty ones. Aurora gels, less mess. It is less mess, and it really adds so much, like really easily. All right, I'm just rolling it with my spatula. I'm just gonna plop it on there for right now. All right. And all I did for this, when you guys are playing with these, you do want some alcohol. I know it's crooked, don't worry. On like a silicone tool, okay? So that's gonna make it non-sticky. And you can pat, pat, pat. You could leave it just like this if you want. Of course, before you cure, you're gonna get rid of those ends on, you know, the sides. And all I did for that bumpy texture, now I'm like looking through my camera on the phone. Sometimes I look around. Just get rid of that excess, okay? You just want to make sure before you cure that there's nothing hanging off, right? And all I really did was dented it, right, with the tool. Anything that you want. I kind of like it flat, but all right, this is what I did. Oh, press, press, press. Make sure that excess is gone. Right, so it has like a little tiny jewelry element. All right, and we're gonna cure it. Good enough, good enough. All right, back to our pink. I'm gonna add some of, this orange. Because it's an orangey pink. I forgot I left it open, you guys, look. No. See, this is why I need to be more meticulous about keeping my stuff together. All right, so again, tap, tap, tap. Just get some on there. Let it do its little denty thing. And I'm not using a lot, okay? Not using a lot. But what I want to show you with this is that when you use a 3D gel, when you use like a clear clay gel, all of that is going to, 60 seconds, all of that is going to like magnify what's underneath, right? So the dots, the pulling, this is just a little bit of 2 coats of a gel. That's all it is. All right, and it looks really cool because of the effects of the gel. Which solid gel is that? It is the Amena 3D clay clear, like clay gel. It's 0905. So this one is like a sparkly gold. Okay. And you do have to top coat that. We'll just use a liner to do that. Let's cure this one. And remember, the bumpy ones are no wipe, so we can add some touches of chrome if we want to. All right, let's use a clear. Okay, this is Clear 04. These are the bubble chromes. These are definitely clear Aurora gel chromes too. But use your chromes with these gels, right? It's just going to exacerbate the effect. It's very cool. I love a versatile gel, and I feel like these are super versatile. We're like just diving right into the nail art. Whatever. It's fine, right? You guys don't mind. All right. And don't worry, we will save this. We always save. As long as it lets us, right? So wherever I hit that, like the orangey color, we can even add some more chrome. So there's purple, pink, and orange going on here. All right. And then we are just going to top coat, or at least put a clear coat on it, because we are going to top coat at the end. Let's even it out a little bit and wipe off the inhibition layer and use clear clay over top of this. Now you guys probably have, I don't have a ton of charms. I just don't. But anybody that has like those little seashells and that kind of stuff, they would be so cute on this collection. They would be amazing. So grab your charms, and I'll show you the way I put in those few little pearls and stuff. I like easy peasy for that because I'm not great at embellishing with gems. I'm much more of a hand painter, ink, nuance, that kind of stuff. So it's not my forte. But I'll show you what I do as a cheat, as a beginner cheat. I use clear clay. One of my favorites is Yogo. This is 3D clear clay. Like, I'm proud of myself because this is all that's left. All right. And that's not a lot. If you're a 3D artist, like, that's it. I had to buy another one. If you're a 3D artist, of course, you go through these like crazy, but I don't. But I'll show you what I do after I did that. Also, if it's back in stock, and I'm not 100% sure it is, but there is a top coat from Clear that has a liner, like oh, here it is. Okay, layered volume top gel. So when you go on there, you can choose between the liner brush or their regular brush. So their liner brush is perfect for doing things like this, because the only thing that really needs top coat now is the little band. So this way I can just grab this, use it, we're good. Make sure that I get it all. But it's a handy dandy top for this kind of thing. I know they sold out very quickly when they first came on, but they might be back. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. You guys do know on, hi VALLA Gel Indonesia. You guys do know on Sweetie Nail Supply, if something's sold out, just click that notify me button. And that way you'll know when it comes back in stock. Because I don't think that really gets announced like a new arrival or anything like that. So if you want to be sure, just make sure you click that. Okay, so this is pretty much all done because I did use Honey Top from Yogurt. And we want to use the clear clay, okay? We just want a ball, basically. And I'm going to do this off camera because I know people will yell at me, but I'm just going to play with it. All right? All right, what we want is something kind of like that. All right? That's what you want. Like, already not doing anything, and this like has my handprint in it, like a fingerprint in it. But look, you could, let me get some alcohol here. You could even just do like a little clear gem, you know, if you wanted to, right? But we are moving this up and down the nail. Just, I mean, listen, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to dent the heck out of this sucker, all right? By meaning that, I'm just meaning you're going to use the bottom of a dotting tool, all right? And we are going to, I wish I had picked a nail that this is a little bit more. We are going to dent this. Hold on. I'm going to put this on one of these. Hold on. Because I am denting, like pressing. What products were used for the ocean wave design on the right? Which one? This? Or this? Or this? The light one, the blue one, or the last one? I'm going to show you. Because we'll do them. They're very easy. My goal to come on here, guys, is to show you very easy nail art that you can, you know, achieve looks that are simple with these products. All right, not something that's going to take you 10 hours or 3 hours or something like that. Something that you can do relatively quickly. So use any tools you've got to dent this clear gel. All right. And at the end, I really do like to spread it around so it's nice and kind of even. But when we put on the top coat, you're going to see that this makes everything underneath look even like magnified. Like it gives us those areas of interest, much more so than if you left it plain. All right, take a tool if you need to and get off anything on the end. But if you stick gems into this, the last one on the right, we're going to do it. It's VALLA Surfer Collection and these gels. If you stick gems, pearls, etc. into this 3D clear clay, dude, they're not going anywhere, okay? So it's like a cheat for newbies like myself, okay? If I stick this in here, I mean, seriously, it's not going to come off. Okay. Oh, I did get chunky pencil on it. Sorry. All right. That is a really easy way to put your 3D stuff in there. 100%. You can put extra pearls. I think I put like a little diamondish. All right. Maybe a silver. Another pearl. That's why I don't do this. Digging around for pearls. You could put a freshwater pearl in there, whatever your guys' style is. I feel you could use these in any type of style you wish, any type of style that your client's looking for. It's very cool. All right, one more. Just put it in there for good measure. All right, and then we are going to have to cure this. And usually with the 3D gels like this, I'm going to cure it twice. So I do 60, I do it again, and then we're just going to top coat it. Okay, this guy's done. Do you see how cool it looks on the darker background? Outside, it looks even cooler. All right, so you guys want to get to ocean a little bit. Let me show you. First of all, again, VALLA, okay, Surfer. So this is an entire collection, maybe 6, maybe 7, I can't remember. But these are going to be your summer syrups, right? So I want to show you what happens when I put one of these over a little bit of a darker background. Now listen, it's still syrup, it's still sheer, you're going to get light through it, right? Which is what you need for Aurora. But I want to show you how simple this actually is. So this one is VS19. While I'm curing it, I will look and see what the other colors are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 in that collection too. Because I see 3 on my shelf that are other blues. And I have 3 here and the sand one. So I'll show you. All right, so cure this green one while we're top coating our chunky monkey. But you see how even these syrups are too? Super, super, super sheer, but super even, not streaky. All right, and let's put top on this. You can use any no wipe top that you want. All right, I go over those pearls because, you know, pearls, they're just little cheapy pearls. Little cheapies, all right? But just get in all those divots. Just don't want the nail to be sticky, right? But yeah. Once we take this off and put it on the table too, you'll see how much it shows up more on a darker background. Or if you were outside and light is reflecting off all these beautiful aurora shifts. All right. Again, I'm not laying so much that it's like pooling in huge areas, all right? But you can be a lot more careful when you're doing this on yourself, your client, etc. I just want to, it's like I just want to get to the next design. Sorry. I want to get in as much as possible without boring you guys. All right. We'll cure this too. All right. So let's use a color on top of this. Let's use this yellow. And this is the one that dents a little bit. Okay. Like it dimples. It's a dimpling gel. See that you can see that right in there? Ah, perfect. You can see it right there. All right. Let's do a little bit of the green one. If you're mixing your brushes like this, I touch that gel. I just wipe off on a palette, guys. That's all I do. But now you can see this nail has all that little bubbly, dented texture, okay? And we'll do it with the blue too. See, look, pop, 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 pop. Look at those colors. So pretty. They really are. They're really pretty. Here, I'll put this one here too. Just to show you. Okay. That almost looks like a fish. Oh, if you do those fishing lure nails, you could do all kinds of crazy things with these, right? All right, so again, if it's got the little dented texture, you know, like that kind of thing, you can hit it with some chrome. So this we could hit with chrome very easily. Let's do a little. All right, see what I mean? That is going to show off your little dented texture, right? It just shows it off because you now like fully see it with the hard chrome on there. You fully see that. Blue green again from Bonnie B. Just a little bit. Don't even have to cover the whole nail. You don't even have to worry about full chrome coverage, okay? Just hitting it in certain spots, it just makes it interesting. All right? I mean, it is already interesting, but there you go. And all you have to do with this one is top coat it, okay? Use a nice, healthy top coat. I'm not even wiping off excess chrome because there's really not any on there. I used very, just a little tiny bit. All right. But I do feel like Auroras, they look good. Shiny, don't they? But the texture is so cool. And you guys know that you can use your favorite BA's code to save an additional 10% if you need it. And let's get right into this, okay? Because I see that you guys are interested. And I will show you too with the blue, all right? Oh, maybe this one too, because if you just wanted to do an area. Oh, and maybe all of them. No, we don't have time for all of them. But what I do miss today, I'll try and make a reel and put it up on my page. So Inspo by Nails is where you'll find that. I do try and put up a reel every single day, a tutorial of some sort. And yes. All right, I think this one's done too. Ready? See? Funky. All right, so for the surfer, the beach, the wave now, okay? I started with, this is again from Surfer, and this is the beachy color. It's GTO1. All right, it'll stand out because the rest are just blues and aquas, okay? So, I feel like purple is underrepresented in our little nails that we just did, so we'll do something with that too. Just remember, purple and orange, they look beautiful together. All right. So this is a sheer-ish sandy colored syrup. And I did a coat on the entire nail. Because guess what? Even though the sand's at the bottom of this nail, it doesn't go away. It's underneath all that wavy color, right? And I wanted an even nail. So I do a whole coat, okay? And then cure it. And then we're going to go in with some of these Surfer colors. So the Surfer colors I used for that were VS16. And I believe just VS19. And while we're waiting for that to cure, let's do a little bit of this gorgeous VS20. Ooh. This is, I was just listening to Alex last night, and he said he has a client where a cobalt blue is their neutral. That would be me. I love a cobalt blue. I just love it. I know it's not for everybody. All right, but we're going to cure this too. And since my lamp's already on there and I don't want to... Right? See, you're speaking my language, Koi's Nail Studio. I love blues. I really have a hard time with neutrals, honestly. That's just me. All right, so it's a gorgeous, gorgeous blue. I'm going to cure that now for reals, and we're going to go back to our wavy nail. Okay, so I took Surfer. Oy. Is this not focusing for you guys? I hope it is, but I don't know. All right, I took Surfer, the lightest of blues, and all I did was go like this. All right, put some blue on there. We're talking easy nail art, guys. Easy, breezy, beginner nail art, okay? Put some blue. While it's still wet, I'm going to take the aqua, the darker one, VS19. Again, this is the Surfer collection, which just pairs itself perfectly with the new Holoshell. And I believe Surfer was around this time last year. And you guys got super lucky because it's in stock. All right, so I want some darker, I want some lighter. Maybe we'll even add some of that blue. We do want it to be kind of even, but it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to cover this up anyway. All right? Yes, you are correct. Let's see. So we're just going to cure this as is. All right? Don't you worry. Moving back. All right, I'm going to take the green that does the little dented effect. All right, and I'm going to put it here. You see, because it's over that blue, it's going to be, the dents almost are more obvious because it's darker underneath there. So you definitely don't need to hit it with chrome, but you can, all right? Because that part is no wipe. Oh yeah, ton of blue on my page. Ton of blue on my nails usually. Guys, I'm old. So like neutrals make my hands look even older. So that's probably another reason I don't use it very often. Truths. All right, let's cure this real quick. And we're back to our wave. Okay, so what we're going to do is use some of these colors, the pearly colors. All right, to cover up some of that mess that we made there, like where we didn't blend that well. Who cares, right? Let's use like a little sunlight reflective up here. This is the yellow dimpling one. That's what I mean. Mix and match these guys. It looks really cool if you do. All right. But you see, this is like the easiest surfer nail, like beachy nail. It's so easy. All right. And I'm just tapping at places. All right. Doesn't have to be perfect. Already looks cool. All right. We're going to cure this one too. Ooh. And here, let's use this right now. So did you guys get these, the moon gels? All right, so this is white. This is the white one. This is 01. So these are pearly, and they do that same dimpling effect. All right, so you do not need much, guys. Actually, they work better if you don't overload the nail like too much. So this is also going to give you that pearly. You see that? So stinking cool. Perfect for summer. And this one's pearl, which also makes it perfect, right? So that's another must-have. Sorry. 60. Curing. All right, so this is cured. I probably did hit this one a little bit. Oh, no. You know what I did? Wait a minute. I just went and used the glitter. Okay, let's go back to that. That's the first one. So for more shimmering effect, I did not take notes when I did these. I probably should have, but I didn't. All right, so just layer it, guys. Some glittery goodness. So now it twinkles. All right. And we're going to hit it with that moon gel at the bottom too. All right, and just a little bit. Just a little bit. Another one, if you already have it, that you could use is the white layering gel from the Favore. That too does this like separation effect. But like, see what I'm doing, guys? I'm just tapping this moon gel. That's all I'm doing. Just tapping a little in there. Right, anywhere else that you want to tap it. Remember, it's not just one line of white in a little ripple of a wave. There's other lines of it. Okay. Well, it's quite pretty. All right. Let's cure it. Hawaii for sure. This one doesn't even have chrome on it. So you don't really even have to think about the chrome that much if you're on a darker color, but that's going to show up even more if you are. So here, again, let's go back to that blue-green. I'm sure you guys have some gorgeous chromes you could use. But again, because it's on Surfer, it's going to make it all stand out a little bit more. Okay. All right. Back in the chrome home you go. All right. And this one, after we wipe excess chrome off, could be top coated. Another thing that I wanted to mention to you guys, and I don't know if you saw this, however, I was just at Premiere and I got to pick this up and it's sold out on the USA site, but you guys do know that Sweetie Nail Supply carries Cocoist, and they have it. They have it in stock. So this is the jelly top. This is new Cocoist non-wipe jelly top. So I did use that. And let me get a brush. I need a long liner. Hold on. That is not my Sweetie Nail Supply long liner. Hold on. And this is in stock at Sweetie's. It's sold out on the USA site, but they sell to both. So just so you know, it is there. And it's really good. I want to show you how precise you can get with it. Although I should probably do a whole top coat really quick. Hold on. Let me do a whole top, and then while it's curing, I'll be able to look for my liner. Sorry, I forgot I wanted to show you that. But how beautiful for summer, for beach, for shells, for your charms, for your pearls. And you could use it right at the base of a nail. Oh, and that's what I didn't show you guys. So this one has the purple pearl. Okay, the purple Aurora pearl. And then at the bottom, I just did a little bit of the peach, like the orange bubbling one. Yes, I was lucky enough to get it there because it was sold out online, and I don't think it was up on Sweetie's yet. But oh, I forgot to top coat this, you guys. Shoot, I don't think. I was like, why is it sticky? All right, so just to show you the precision of this one, it is nice. Look, I only opened a little tiny piece of it, and oh, I just shook you. I'm sorry. Sorry. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? I can't find any of my brushes. Interesting. Short, long. All right, let's use the Diami one. Okay, this is a nice long liner. But you could use this like that if you want. Okay, do you see that? Look how tiny you can get. Oh, nice. Coarse flash. So you might want to try it out. I mean, I feel like you can get really precise with this one. And I like that. See how tiny? Like you can get so fine. So if you're doing those seashell looks, and it's not spreading that quickly, I just mean because I am not paying much attention and I could totally hit one blob with another blob. But at the same time, if you're using these for a shell look, I would totally suggest you use a 3D, like a nice 3D liner for those final, effects. But it just drags really nicely. know if you can see that, but here, make sure it. I was really pleased with it, so I wanted to show you. And Sweeties has it, so that's nice. 2 sizes too. There's a small one, and then there's a larger one. So you don't have to get the giant pot that I got, but there's a small one, so you could try it out, which is really nice, actually. I like that idea. All right. So all this guy needs is a nice, there's a little denting going on there because we did layer a bunch of little things on here. So definitely use a mid-viscosity top or a clear to even that out before you finish it. But yeah. This is Yogurt's Honey Top Clear. Hold on, let me turn it. Clearly I like it because it's not full. Did I miss any questions today, you guys? When doing gel on long natural nails, how thick should the gel be? Like when I look at the finished result, I feel like it should still be thin with these products. You know, like, so you don't have to go heavy with any Korean or Japanese gels. So if you're layering a bunch of things, maybe try and keep each layer thin, you know? You can hit me up in my DMs if you want and show me what you're talking about, and maybe I'll have a suggestion. Again, it's Inspo by Nails. Lauren, that's me. I probably need to see what you're talking about to give you a good answer. But yeah, these are just so pretty. And like I said, you can use them on their own. You can use them with other things, okay? That's the beauty and the versatility of it. You can matte them and then do the lines, the 3D lines, right? So that would give you that same like shell effect because wherever you use the clear 3D, it's going to bring out the aurora more. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Listen, a lot of us started out as DIY, right? Some still are. So don't you worry about that. Don't you worry about it. It's perfectly fine. Yeah. I mean, I was like till about 6 years ago, all DIY. I love the art. So simple, simple beachy nail. Once we cure this and put it down on the bottom, you'll see it's going to pop even more. Again, lots of lights on the table, you guys, so you can see, but it kind of dulls Aurora a bit. So, yeah, they're even prettier in person. And see, you can also just do a chunky 3D wave on there with like a finishing blob. All right. And that is just that cool green one that dimples a little bit. Here it is matte, but I did use a texture gel over it, so it looks streaky like that. But I wanted it to, but now I don't love it. But yeah, fun. Oh, I'm glad. Did you get it? They're really pretty. I mean, I just, like I said, I can see a lot of uses for these. Oops, that doesn't look as pretty. There you go. Here, we'll put it there. See? Yes. We love beachy nails. I love beachy nails. I mean, I live in Florida on one of the beach sides. So I am obsessed with summer nails. But I'm going to save this for you guys. Sweeties will save it to their channel. I'll save it on mine. But they'll also save it to their YouTube so that you can have maybe a little bit easier view back, because we know it's tough on here. Like I said, don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions about this collection, any other collections. I am always around to help you guys. It's basically my main goal. And thank you for popping on with me. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Bye, guys.